Good morning. Here is my self-evaluation or self-critique on our deconstruction assignment. For the overall project, I want to work with the first aid class. So the dashboard that I selected I thought would be a good base to start with. You could access a calendar to be able to see all of the classes scheduled, see your monthly profits, overall profits throughout the year on the graph. Um, I would obviously be tweaking some of the actual interfaces within here, like getting rid of this credit card function. We're not really going to be needing that. And I don't know that I would need every single one of our sales in here. I feel like it's kind of redundant. Um, so I would probably kind of use this as a rough inspiration. But I did like the very modular design. I do like having a calendar function along with the statistics so it kind of covers the bases of all of our users. Um, One thing I have noted that I do need to get a lot better at is my organization in Figma. I find that I kind of just get carried away with the work and I need to organize as I go. Um, as a lot of it seems to look a little rough and it makes it harder for assignments like this where you need to kind of turn it off really quick and turn it back on without having to click a bunch of things. Zoom out. You can see them side by side. Um, then turning everything off. So this is essentially your original, and then without going opaque and going fairly basic, you can see that there's like shadow boxes behind everything as far as the background goes. So that's going to be what my boxes were here. But turning that off, you can see how everything pretty much sits flush on top of each other here. The actual deconstruction for this project was kind of frustrating because the screenshot I did chose, I'm sure it's like a security feature so you're not copying people's work, was fairly pixelated, as well as the spelling issues and simple alignment issues. So it's kind of grinding my gears to do the recreation and having to layer on top of something that already needed fixed. But as far as the recreation goes, it's what we have here. Oops, wrong one. Turning the background off so you can go ahead and see a little bit better. Nothing is really jumping out at me except for some of my icons don't exactly match, and that's kind of bothering me. As Instructor Bloom noted in the live lecture, that's kind of one thing that's tipping you off to not exactly having it correct. But it was tough trying to find their exact icons, as well as like the Visa credit card, and then the graphs were a little bit harder. So I did use images for the graphs. I kind of just screenshotted it. But other than that, everything's kind of laying on the same, in the same general area. Now you can see how pixelized and horrible it looks. My font choice is a little bit different, but it was as close as I could get it. And it is kind of hard to tell the difference in between like how well I did just because of the pixelation. It made it harder to kind of find the sizing, even doing the box trick and kind of figuring out font sizes from there, as well as like the thickness, whether it was bold or regular. but overall, I feel like it's not too bad. I did go ahead and include an improvement section. I was in this class last month and had to take a break just due to some personal reasons. And in the last class, we did have an improvement section, so I wasn't actually able to start this project last class. But I went ahead and included an improvement section just because all of the alignment issues in the original were just kind of bothering me. I also didn't like all the different colors for the font choices. Some of them made it really hard to read because they were so light. So I went ahead and kind of made all the font black. I do like how like the dashboard or getting back home is orange, so it sticks out to you a little bit better. But I feel like everything else looks a little bit better, nice, bold, and black. Um, Obviously, if I had more time, I would do an actual graph instead of the screenshots because you can quite literally see that they are screenshots. But the alignment issues within like the calendar, some of these weren't quite aligned all the way left. So I went through and fixed each box. Um, but I did kind of enjoy the improvement section. The actual recreation itself was kind of frustrating just because of how pixelized everything was, and then how many mistakes there were already in the design. But I think I did an okay job. I just need to maybe fine tune the fonts a little bit, but I'm not sure if that was due to the pixelation or not. And then obviously organize in here because this is a hot mess. Thank you.